last time I opened with something about things being smooth and straightforward. So the game went, you know that revolver you're so confident will hit anything you're shooting at? Go out and try. Go on. See what happens. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, where I did happen to snag this bunny. Oh, that's rude. That's like a 3-pound bunny. It was teasing me. But still, that's 2 pounds of meat that I didn't have before. This will get me through the night, and then we can head into the zone of contamination very shortly. And we're going to need to. We're going to need to. Because we don't have a lot of time. So that's going to take about 20 minutes. Looks like gutting it will take about 14. Let's just get the hide off, first and foremost. We're going to eat that. Not a lot of caloric value, but it's not nothing. And we do have 0.37 gallons of water. We've got 28 minutes left on the fire. Anything more that I can pile on here? I did pick up that cedar firewood right at the end of the last episode. Considering maybe holding on to one of those. But I think what I want to do before I go anywhere, just to make sure that I have a decent amount of water, we're not going to do a full amount in that pot. Okay, so now that we have set that up, I can go ahead and harvest the gut, which will only take 14 minutes, and then we're done. We can leave some things curing here. So we'll have lots of rabbit skin stuff, excuse me. Oh hey, we have an aurora, which means if I wanted to read for a bit right now, I could do that. Oh! Oh! Hold on. Whoever told me the trader calls...
What the hell?
Hold on.
Someone there? Hey, hello? Radio check. Go ahead. You better say something or getting this damn thing fixed was all a waste of time.
Dude, clock's ticking.
Come in. I say again, come in. Well, I'm just a fella on the radio for now. Been on my own.
Are you Jack Nicholson?
Lights, they fried everything. Or haven't you noticed, What? You been living in a hole in the ground out there?
No.
You're on the island, right? I haven't come across any. Well, until
Water's
now.
boiling.
It's taken a long time, a damn long time to get this contraption working. The radio, I mean. But your radio seems to work just fine.
It's not my
Still
radio.
there? Hello? Things are getting a little thin out here in the dark. I've got some stuff to trade. Not much, mind you, but maybe you have some interest. Maybe we can work out a deal. If you can keep your word, that is. Trust don't come so easy no more.
Dude, I'm nowhere near Coastal Highway right now.
Showed up. But there's you, there's me, and there's the ice. We'll speak up. There's...
If my water boils off while this slow-talking jerk... Okay, hold that thought.
An old storage box of mine. We can use that to trade.
Oh my god.
You keep your distance, and I'll do the same. Got it? It all depends on what you need.
Okay, so now I have the option to select something... Okay. Let's see. Porter's soup. So I need a car battery, 8 cloth, and 0.79 gallons of lamp oil for the porter's soup. Or I could get rifle ammo. Yeah, let's go for the porter's soup. Why not? Change 1. So I could basically set up an order with multiple things. Sure. Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's end the call.
That's enough for now.
So that was overdue, and I'm not sure if it was worth it right now, but here we are. Let's just go ahead and drink this. And now we're good to go. So what I was going to say is, whoever told me that you call the trader, I knew that the trader called you first because that's how they advertised it in the video. And there had been some comments from like 1 or 2 or 3 people like saying, hey, no, the trader, like you call the trader. Like, I'm pretty sure he calls you. Need to wait for anything because I've tried to call the trader multiple times and nothing's ever happened. So yeah, the initial call comes from the trader, kind of as expected. And unfortunately, we leave stuff for him in Coastal Highway, which we're nowhere near Coastal Highway at the moment. But still, that's really cool. We finally got a call from the trader, and now I can figure out some other stuff. So, hold on, I do need to harvest this. Because I'm no longer in need of that, since I'm wearing 2 of those. And now I suppose what I can do, I could read a little bit more before bed, since I have an Aurora, if I wanted to go ahead and knock that out. I think I left some of the books on the ground. Which one would I want to read? Frozen Angler, maybe? That's 5 hours, though, of, like, increased calorie consumption because I'm not asleep. Let's just sleep, because my condition is not particularly great. I need to get into the zone of contamination so that I can just have access to more scavenging opportunities. Yeah, this is not the best situation for heading into the far territory at all. Let me go ahead and just drink half of that or so. Yeah. Don't love this. We're going to be under 1,000 calories. Despite the fact that we got that bunny right at the end. It's really tough just to get through a night. Wait for a bit. It's tough just to get through a night without losing just a crap ton of calories on these particular calorie consumption settings. It does make me think a little bit. It is kind of Loper adjacent, and they're Loper calorie consumption settings, so at least I believe they are. If they're Stalker calorie consumption settings, then it's even worse on Loper, and it's like, what? And a full meal of rabbit. Well, actually, when you know about rabbit meat, not exactly a full meal. So fair enough. But anyway, let's see. I'm going to drop some of these up here so it's a little bit more organized. Weather doesn't look amazing, but we pretty much have no choice but to head out there now. Do I have anything? I've got some sticks. I could heat a beverage before I left. Let's light a quick fire. Magnifying lens won't work. Birch bark, hold on. How much birch bark do I have? Only 1. Okay. Might find some more. You're going to need some more. This is a very risky thing that we're about to do. And I do not like it. But we don't have a choice. We can't stay here. We've got to keep going. And one of the reasons we're going to the zone of contamination first, as perilous as it might be, is it's also, like, very, very well built up. Did we really fail in 80? Okay. 85% start chance, and we failed it. Okay. Guess we need to get up to 95. But yeah, it's one of the most built-up zones. I think it is the most built-up zone in the game in terms of...
Come on, little fire.
It doesn't have a lot of residential buildings. It's got some cabins. But in terms of industrial buildings and in terms of interior space, it is the most built-out zone. Okay, so if I were to heat this cup of coffee, although I don't necessarily want to heat the coffee. Hold on. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. I can go ahead and heat... Well, I don't actually have to do that. Let's just drop them. We'll take that, put it back in the thermos, and this will help keep us warm while we're on the way. That's going to be one part of it. Okay, there's that. Okay. The zone of contamination calls. The weather is looking like it's about to turn me around as soon as I leave, which I don't love, but I don't have much choice, as I've said a few times already. So let's, in order to get some actual heat, let's just drink one rosehip tea. We'll get some caloric value from that as well. Not a lot of caloric value, unfortunately, but not nothing. And now we head out. Really, really hoping that this snow does not turn windy. Because if it turns windy, it will probably turn into a blizzard. Moment of truth here. Oh wait, zone of contamination is off this way. That's right. I guess I don't mind swinging back by this pond one more time just to quadruple check for any more cattails. Didn't find any. What about over here? Nope. Okay. Warmth is not dropping too rapidly, so that's good. I'm going to pick up a few sticks along the way. I can use the torch that I have to light an additional fire, if need be. I don't know that I checked this pond over here, so I might... Oh, yep, I see some cattails. Perfect. Okay, there's one cattail pond I hadn't checked. That is a godsend. Oh, boy. Okay. The relief I am feeling right now. Oh, my. Okay. So that's 450 calories right there. I'll bring the heads with me as well. Not going to eat them until it's a little bit more pressing, but hold on, first of all, let's go ahead and toss that against a tree. There went another bunny. So if we really wanted to be particular, we could take out that bunny, but I'm just going to head into the zone of contamination. Because there's so much to be explored, and there's so much interior that, I mean, there's a high likelihood of, like, additional loot, additional clothing. Not necessarily anything better than what we have, but maybe.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
There's also a pretty high likelihood of more food. So this seems like the sensible place to visit first. All right, I see where some cattails could potentially be on the left. Oh, there's a wolf right up there. Not going to be fishing for acorns just yet. Let's veer to the left. We do still have some rifle ammunition, but not a lot. Does that train car have an interior? No, it doesn't. Okay. Already getting pretty cold. I do know that there's shelter not far from here. I don't see any cattails on this pond. That's okay. We're still okay calorically. Starting to dip a little bit lower.
Cold.
Do I want to go up through that pass right there, or do I want to go right? I think I came this way the first time I came in to Zone of Contamination, but I don't... That was literally the only time. And it's been a minute. So I'm going to... Ooh, that is a burdock root. I'm tempted to grab that. I'm going to keep moving for now. This actually just looks like a cave. Okay. Alright, so we are going to start losing condition soon unless I drink another beverage to stay warm, which I can do. I can also eat those cattails, but let's first go ahead and chop this thing out of the ground. I wonder why, for burdock root, they have it take real time instead of speeding up time like when you break down a stick. You know? That always struck me as an interesting choice. Alright, let's drink this. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and drink the other coffee as well, because that probably didn't make me very warm. Yeah, it didn't. That wasn't a full coffee. That was the partially consumed coffee. Now we can drink this one. Get some caloric value. May as well chow down on these cattails while I can, so I'm not having to think about it in a moment of stress. Okay. Keep moving this way. The coffee didn't do that much. It is cold in this zone. This is to be expected. So I'm going to have to find shelter and not take a long time to do it. I think there's a cave up here. Okay, that's good. Also see some rose hips. I remember this vaguely, very vaguely.
If I don't warm up soon.
Working on it, Jennifer. Give me a second. Oh, nice. There's some coal in here. And I can use this torch to get a fire going using said coal. Oh, there's a ton of coal in here. Perfect. It's actually warm enough back here that I don't need the torch, but we're going to use it anyway. Torch. Tinder. I have accelerant. I'm not going to use it. So cross your fingers, this is a successful fire starting attempt. And then we can pile that coal onto the fire and warm back up. This could be a good waypoint to use for a couple of hours so we don't lose too much condition while trying to find the more populated area. So not only do we have to find our way to where the buildings actually are in this zone, but on top of that, I'm just going to pile it all in there for the warmth. On top of that, we also have to find our way around the toxic areas without losing too much condition. So there's that too. I think I will go ahead and... Well, I can't sleep for an hour yet. Let's pass time just to warm up. Still not letting me sleep. Pass time a little bit more. Wow, really? Okay, it is not letting me sleep. I am not tired enough. I can't even get an hour of sleep. I was hoping just to recover a bit of condition since we have so much time by this fire. One thing I'm noticing, though, is it doesn't sound like the weather is horrible outside, so... I'm so freaking nervous. Oh my god. We have, like, barely more than 50% condition, and we're just wandering casually into the far territory. What could go wrong? The last time we came here, the game was considerably easier. Now I am not going to take my situation, or any of my current comforts, small though they may be, for granted. I might come back to that fire in a second. I know I poured a bunch of coal onto that, but here's the thing. We're going to find more coal here. I'm confident in that. I do want to grab a few more sticks just in case I need to make a fire. In some ways, it probably would have made sense to hold on to a few pieces of the coal. So that I could heat up a fire kind of along the way. For a situation just like this one, but it's okay. Okay, yeah, I remember how this area kind of opens up, and I think there are some cattails and potentially also some wolves directly ahead. We'll have to be careful. I mean, as far as where the wolves are, or any wildlife, who the heck knows, right? I don't know. They changed it all. So there could be wolves, but there also might not be. I also don't want to get a sprain here if I can help it. There we go. I'm going to look over this ledge and hopefully not aggro one of said friends. Okay, yeah. Let's veer off over here. It would have made sense to... Oh, nice. It's still hot. Let's drink this. It would have made sense to warm this back up, but it's still warm. So we're going to benefit from that for another few moments. If I have to run back to the fire, I will. What I'm kind of hoping for, best case scenario right now, is that I find somewhere up here, somewhere nearby, without having to go much further, I find a pond with some cattails, or some bunnies. Because my hands are warm at the moment. I could take a bunny or two. There haven't been any wolves. You know, and I could potentially take some meat back to the cave and feel safe while regaining a little bit of my constitution. But it's not looking good at the moment. I do see a pond. Okay, whoa, hold on. That was close. I don't love this, and I'm kind of hoping I'm about to lose the torch. Got it. Last second, coming in clutch. All right. All right, there's a deer. That's a good sign. Cattails, yay! Okay. We are officially too cold. So I might have to start another fire in a second. Let me see if I can spot a cave first. Because if we can spot a cave, excuse me, that deer could be a godsend. But there would need to be a cave nearby. I don't want to start a fire yet because I'm just hoping. Hold on. If we go back up here, if there's a cave up on top of this ridge, I have an idea for how we can survive this situation. Please don't be a wolf. 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 Okay. I'm not going to lie. It would be pretty generous for there to be another cave so close to that previous one, but I'm just saying. Okay, I see bunnies. I do not see wolves. I see a small waterfall. I need to go back to the other cave, most likely. I think I can still get some meat off of that deer. How many cattails did I grab just now? One? There was more than one, though. Okay. Let me double back. I'm going to grab some more cattails off that pond on the way back to the cave where I lit the fire. The fire will be there for a while longer. Even in the back of the cave, at least during the day, it was warm enough. So I'm hoping that with some additional fuel on the fire... Hold on. with some additional fuel on the fire and my bedroll, we'll be fine. All right, yeah, so the cave is right back up there. It's not terribly far. Want to grab as many sticks as I can, and then cattails. We are losing condition. So we don't have all the time in the world. Let's go ahead and grab some more of these. Probably will spook the deer here, but I don't care. I'm going to come back and try and shoot him later, because it looks like we may have to rely on the cave that I found first and foremost. Sorry, sir. Did not mean to scare you. Okay, I see several cattails. Enough to get about 1,000 calories at least. And sleep probably for a considerable time. And I don't even think I picked up all the coal in that cave. I may have. Not sure what happened there with the interface. Alright, I want to be careful not to linger too much longer. Got 2 more cattails that I'm going to grab. And what I'm hoping is that by doing this, I can set myself up to come back and get the deer. I could get the deer now. Actually, I don't know that I want to waste a rifle shot. If I were to miss, I don't have that much ammunition at the moment, so I need to make every shot count. So no, I'm not going to try the shot while I am this cold. I mean, I'm reasonably more confident with the rifle, but here's the thing. After what happened with those bunnies and the ptarmigan in the last episode, I'm taking no chances. There goes my torch. Let's get back up to the cave.
I could eat a horse.
It's not a short trip, unfortunately. But we did grab plenty of cattails there, so that helps. And then we know that deer is there with no predators around, so it's kind of a straight shot. I can come down here when I feel warm, get some deer meat, come back to the cave. The only thing is the fire. The fire is not something I can take for granted. If there's more coal, that'll help me keep it alive. But that's one of the reasons I'm picking up every stick I can find. That's a branch. Those are also branches. We're not going to pass time right now. But yeah, that's so interesting. Like when you break apart a branch, it takes like 10 minutes of game time, you know? Man, it's so much farther back than I realized. This is going to be a challenge, but it's the best shot I have at the moment, unless I see another cave when I go back out next time. The cattails will give me enough to replenish some of my condition. Although I'm not liking the way this slope looks, and I hope I haven't gotten myself into a bad situation here. Okay, no, it's just, you go up this way. There are a bunch of sticks right over there. It's against my better judgment, but I'm going to push myself to pick up a few more. All right, some are branches, unfortunately. That's 2, 3. Please no ghost sticks. Please, 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 for the love of God. Okay. All right, there's the cave. It is letting me back up, but it is a narrow path, and I am losing a lot of condition. And I also, this is a long trip. See, that's the pond right down there where the deer is. I might have to take a straighter shot if I do this next time. This is a not so smooth entry into the zone. If I'm lucky, I may be able to go back and get a bunny or a deer
All I can think about is food.
closer to the entrance of the zone. See, now this is how hungry I am. Hypothermia risk is almost at 50%. I just need to get back to that bloody cave. Yeah, this is so much farther back than I realized. Oh my god. I genuinely had not, like, processed how far I had traveled. I might have to eat a cattail before I even get back to the cave, just to keep my stomach from emptying. Holy crap. Granted, part of the problem is this movement while this encumbered and moving uphill, so I'm burning a ton of calories from this exertion. That's one really interesting thing about the zone of contamination, and also the Sundered Pass. There's a lot of verticality to these zones. That's a bit atypical. Remember in Hinterland season, like, what was it, 5.5 or 6, when I couldn't climb the ridge, and I was like, why is the prompt not showing? Because I wasn't looking at the ridge, I was looking at the top of it, trying to click the actual edge. That was hilarious. Live and learn. Alright, we're going to make it back in just a nick of time here, stomach-wise. Yeah, we're like at 25% condition. This entrance could have gone better. I'm kind of wishing that I had taken the shot at the deer. Alright, is there any more coal here? There's a stone. No, I put all the coal on the fire. Okay. 9 cattails. So that's... It's not a... it's a non-zero amount of calories. It's over 1,000 calories, like I said, but it's not as many as I need, especially given that I now need to sleep for a while to recover some condition and recover some warmth. And I don't have any way of guaranteeing that this fire is going to stay lit. So my work has been cut out for me here. But it's good, because now we have some tension. And there's nothing wrong with a bit of tension when playing the Long Dark. It's the reason we play it, to an extent. It's the balance between the tension and the relaxation. All right, let's drink this water. I wish I had birch bark, but I don't. We got 5 hours, 38 minutes. This will probably count as an indoor fire. So if I sleep for 4 hours, which I'll get about 3 hours of sleep if I do that. If I say that I sleep for 4. Okay. Yeah, we've got 1 hour, 53 minutes left. Now I can absolutely pile more onto this fire, and I'm going to, just to keep it going. It's nice and warm. You have some ruined torches that I'm going to break down for sticks. I do have some books that I can read, which is nice. But the main thing that I want to do is we're going to heat up a tea, because I have rosehip tea. We're going to heat that up. We're going to enjoy our thirst being quenched. We're going to enjoy the caloric value. We're also going to enjoy the fact that it's heating us up. I'm going to take a torch off of this still 5-hour fire. I'm going to leave the bedroll. Well, no, I'm not. Because if I find a better cave, I don't want to be without my bedroll. Oh, wow. It actually looks quite clear. Whether it will be warm is another question, but that's a huge win. All right, now this is where it gets challenging, because I can't do what I just did again. I can't tank that much condition loss twice in a row. So what I will probably have to do is light a fire by the kill, and that will require... Unfortunately, it will require me to have... As I hop down this cliff, it will require me to have a spot to make a fire. Okay, yeah, I see why. It's just moving down this cliff. It's so quick when you're not climbing. But it's... when you're going the other way, it's a lot worse. I wonder if I can just do a straight shot. Because I think the first time I came down here, I went that way. What if I did a straight shot down to where the deer is? I think there's actually a good argument for that. Deliberately trying to reduce the slope here. I'm lucky not to have sprained yet. Okay, yeah, I think I can do a straight shot down to the deer. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not that cold yet. I'm not that cold yet. And visibility is good. So if there's an opportunity to spot another cave closer to... Oh, hold on. Hold the heck on. Could there be a cave there, or is this just a climbing surface? Seems like it might just be a climbing surface. There's the deer. But I need to verify here, because if there's a cave here, this will solve all my problems. Because I don't have to go back nearly as far. It seems like there could be, but it's so uphill and so well occluded that I don't know for sure. No, there's not a cave up here. Curses. Okay. That could roll downhill. Let's light this. We're lighting the torch for a couple of reasons. It'd be easier to light a fire down here. Which I could go ahead and do, truth be told. I think I could do that right now. I think I could light a fire with the sticks that I have nearby. I think I even know where I would put it, in fact. Yeah, I have an idea. Based on the last visit here. By the way, I haven't even picked all the cattails yet, so... Alright, you know what? I might take this opportunity to drop the deer. Because that little corner back there is where I want to put the fire. And I have plenty of matches. Are you kidding me? Okay, as soon... Wow, that was rude. As soon as I frickin' extinguish the torch and go to pull out my rifle, he turns and walks to the right. How dare you listen to me like that? Unbelievable. Alright, I'm still warm enough, thankfully. I think he's coming toward me. Got him. Okay. You know what? The weather's so nice, I'm just going to put a fire right next to the deer. It's fine. I'm confident at this point. It's fine. It'll work out.
Come on, little fire.
I don't need it to last long. I just need
yeah.
it to warm me up. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pour that much wood on it. Now, we can go ahead and grab a steak off of the deer. Just one for now. So that I can start cooking. That's a big deer. It's going to take 32 minutes. The fire is warm enough, thankfully. While that goes, we are going to wander around. Like I said, I don't think I picked all the cattails, but I guess maybe I did. I thought for sure I had left one unpicked on the far side. I want to stay near the fire if I can. Yeah, that's wild. I really thought that there are some that I hadn't picked, but I suppose not. Now, can I make no items in inventory that can be cooked with? Is that so? Let's drop the animal fat. Let's prepare... You know what? We're going to prepare this burdock. let's do that later. We'll prepare the rose hips for now because I want to cook it and make tea. That's one thing interesting that happened, I believe, in the last episode. That was one gift. It was either the last episode or the one before that. We do have cooking 5. Alright, so this venison's cooked. Oh my god, look at that calorimeter fill up. So good. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the only problem with going back to the cave at this point is that the fire is not guaranteed. So we're going to drink that tea for warmth. Yeah, that treatment did nothing. I'm aware of that. Let's just do one at a time so that we can have one cooking while we do additional work. Because I need to fill up as much as possible. We're not out of the woods yet. This is
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
a good situation, all considered. But it could turn bad real quick. What I'm honestly kind of hoping for is that we have an Aurora. I know that's crazy because we have Aurora toxic wolves. And that seems like a bad idea. Seems like something I shouldn't be hoping for. But I do. I do hope for it. Let's place the cooking skillet. Cook some more venison. Now we can grab a couple of these off at a time. They'll take 18 minutes each. Need to be mindful of how long the fire is going to last.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
Okay, let's eat that venison steak. Cook the next one. Alright, I've got that cooked one. I think what I want to do... Alright, I do see some wind starting to roll in. That's less than ideal, but hopefully the campfire will last long enough to cook these. Let's drop that on the ground. Cook that venison. Yeah, we still have lots of time, and the fire is at 42 degrees, so we are plenty warm. We're also plenty rested. I just need to find shelter. I don't remember exactly where it is. Okay, so while those are cooking, I suppose I can go ahead and grab 2 more. I just want to be very, very intentional about how I'm cooking this. Also, I'm looking at the episode time.
Yeah, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
We kind of need a stopping point sooner than later. Now we're going to drop both of those. That's cooked. We might even end up leaving some of this meat here. Not all of it, but some of it. Let's go ahead and cook that. 5 minutes. Drop it. Okay. Here's what I have to do. I don't love this idea, but we're going to take a torch. And we're going to go out looking for another nearby cave. Because I'm kind of optimistic that I'll find one. And if I find one, with any luck, there will be... Oh, wait a minute. Isn't this... Ooh. This is where the tail ends. I think I know exactly where I am. I want to be mindful of the wolves. This is the waterfall where the second tail comes to a conclusion. Very poignant ending, by the way. Yeah. Okay. 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 Hold on. We're in business. The only thing that I need that I don't have right now is, like, definitive shelter. And I don't know for... Oh, yeah. Holy crap. I know exactly what's here. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I know exactly where we are. What a godsend. Holy crap. This is not just any cave. This is the cave. Yeah, I know I just walked by some cattails. Shut up, it's fine. We're good. We're so good. This is perfect. This is perfect. I couldn't have gotten a better set of circumstances here. Oh, save point. We're going to stop this one here. What an ending. So we have that deer very nearby. We have a bunch of stuff we can use to keep the fire going, fully cook it. We will be able to sleep in here and recover condition, which is amazing. And we can also explore this cave because there'll be stuff. But that being said, the cave is very easy to get lost in, so I'll need to be mindful, possibly even use spray paint. But before this episode gets much longer, especially since I need to tweak some things, I am going to stop this one here. In the next one, we are going to do all of that and more, and then find our way to the properly built up areas of the zone of contamination. Man, what a relieving ending. Holy crap. Are you feeling that as much as I am? I'm feeling it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For early episodes, channel emotes, and member badges, look for the join button. New episodes drop every other day at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.